under 21s, because it is very hot indeed. I would estimate that it's around about 26, 27 degrees and getting hotter by the minute. The ice creams are going down rather well, and we're looking forward to seeing a number of players in this game today who will one day and probably quite soon be Springboks. I've got Lavuyo Macho with me, and these two sides, the Blue Bulls and the Lions, have got through to the under-21 final with some really fine players.
Well, I think there have been consistent performance. I remember the two teams met at the beginning stage of the Bankfin Cup, where the Lions edged slightly. There's got very interesting players here. You've got Ronald Barnard, who was one of the stars of the Under-21 World Cup, Seppo Kokowali, and on the Blue Bulls Under-21 side, Fourie du Preez was also on the Under-21 squad. Juisor Boy, the very promising player. Yes, here's captain, the Blue Bulls captain, is coming to run on.
Yes, he's the lock forward, Alton Hume. And the Bulls looking well focused as they take the field. Yes, you mentioned the Under-21 World Cup final. Of course, that was played here at this ground, so a number of these players from the Bulls will be familiar with it. And Dewey Swartboy, of course, did play in the Super 12 this year, was identified early as a real future star, played South African schools in 2000, and here comes Alton Hume then leading the Bulls onto the field. They will be aware that they need to avenge the defeat of the Merit A side to the Lions, and in the first half the Bulls will be playing from right to left. There's not a breath of wind. It's a wonderful occasion, and I've never seen Ellis Park looking in such good condition. I'm talking about the surface that they're playing on, Lavuyo.
Well, it's one of the best surfaces in the world. It's a really wonderful surface to play on, and I'm sure we're going to see some good rugby. There's not much wind here, and it's not going to be difficult for the kickers, and it's just perfect conditions, as Andy has said.
So there is the Blue Bulls lineup. Dewey Swartboy playing at inside centre. Callie Vandenberg, there's a name to conjure with. Of course, his brother, Pedri, is playing for the Blue Bulls in the Bankfin Currie Cup Final. They're both from the Garden Route area of the country, and both of them played Craven Week for the Eagles. But now here they are up on the high veld. And here is Roland Bernard, another man who played in that Under-21 World Cup final. He's a real aggressive player, and there was very close to him actually playing in the semi-final last week when there were a few injuries in the Lions camp ahead of the Bankfin Currie Cup semi-final. But he didn't in the end, and Roland Bernard's season is going to end here with the Under-21s.
That's Seppo Kokowali, the last man to emerge from the tunnel, the former Bishop's fullback. He will inject some good dimension into the Lions backline.
Roland Bernard never played Craven Week for anyone. He was one of those late developers, and went to Grey College. And here he is captaining the Lions. There it is then, Seppo Kokowali, as you mentioned, just 21 years old. He's one who won't be able to play next year, but there are a few of those guys who will be able to play next year. Nel Fourie, of course, SA Schools fly half 2 years ago, who's moved across from the Pumas, product of Ermelieu High School. And Eugene Daniels will be the referee, man who represented South Africa at the Commonwealth Games earlier this year in Manchester. So it'll be the Lions playing from left to right on your screens. And that one has gone straight into touch.
Well, not a good start there by the Lions. They just kicked the ball. Nel Fourie kicked the ball directly into touch, which means they will lose possession. It's going to be the first scrum of the game. The put-in will be the Blue Bulls put-in.
Fourie du Preez. He came on as a replacement in the Under-21 World Cup final. But he doesn't get the ball on that occasion. Jacques Cronier hits it up. Now du Preez keeping it amongst the forwards. Looks like it might have been turned over. In fact, no. Tackle ball is called, so it'll be a Bulls put in.
That's the Bulls also showing that they are keen to attack around the fringes and sucking a number of Lions players
Closer.
and hopefully shifted wide.
Crouch and hold. Engage.
The wheel is on, and a penalty against the Bulls.
Scrum wasn't over. You're up too early. Number 7.
Well, it was number 7, Caleb Vandenberg, who drove into the defenders. Let's have a look at get the wheel. They're putting the pressure on the Blue Bull scrum.
Yes, the call was not against the ball carrier, the number 8. It was against Callie Vandenberg for an early disengagement. There's Nelfree, as we were mentioning, prodigious kicker of a rugby ball.
The middle. Give the gap.
Willy Wappenaar. Cleanly taken at the middle there by Kobus Trobler. Nice show of the ball from Rudy Coetzee. He's a South African sevens player. Roland Bernard with his first touch. Quickly available. Taken on by Kobus Trobler. Good field position this for the Lions. Nelfree. Up from fullback was Shepo Kukwali. There's a sprint for the corner. And it's still available. Oh, turnover ball. The referee will bring them back.
Well, what a nice build-up by the Lions. About 3 to 4 phases. Putting together, then putting the pressure on the Lions. A good clever kick by Tsepo Kokoali.
Penalty.
The referee has been playing a long advantage.
Penalty for the lady.
First penalty in front of the post. But I'm sure they'll go for post here.
It was late.
Nelfree will be the man. Let's have a look.
Well, the grabber kick, which is putting pressure. Let's see. Couldn't really control the ball, and Fourie du Preez had to come back. And the referee was playing a long advantage for Bulls players in an offside position.
Now, if you're looking for some form ahead of this game, I can tell you that the Lions have come through the season unbeaten at under-21 level, and they did beat the Bulls by 50 points to 46 in the second game of the season. So a huge score there. Wonder whether we'll get something similar today. Nelfree opens the scoring in the final for the Lions.
Well, the Lions, they've applied the pressure, and they came out with the 3 points. They're looking good, the Lions, at the first 10 minutes of the game.
So the restart from Francois Viljoen. Bernard looked as if he might have knocked that on. Eugene Daniels is calling play on. Taken up by Jacques Crenier.
Bandit.
And a penalty this time to the Bulls.
Well, again, John Daniels penalizing the Lions for using the hands in the ruck. Well, it was because of a good pressure by Jacques Crenier. Look at the drive by him. They're trying to recycle the ball. And the ruck has been formed and ball is on the ground. You're not allowed to play it. Well, the kicks will matter in this match, Andy.
It's Jean-Andre Fourie who will take the kicks. So we've got Fourie on either side. Nelfree was successful with his first one. See what happens to Jean-Andre. It's a pretty good strike. And he's got it. Scores a level.
What a good kick, what a good start by Jean-Andre Fourie. Both teams are level.
So both sides will have had the nerves settled a little bit by putting points on the board, and away we go. Loose ball, tidied up by the Bulls, but under pressure. There's some good stepping.
Bandit.
Scrum half is Nicholas Eyre. Down the line it goes. Strong run from Rudy Coetzee. And Vandenberg steps into touch.
Well, Rudy Kutsia is looking good. He played Super 12 this year. He was plugged by injury. Let's have a look at Air. It's a good swing of the ball through the hands. Rudy Kutsia looking into straightening the line. A good stop there by John Memetsa.
He's a big lad for an under-21, especially playing outside centre. Cronier with the pick and drive for the Bulls.
5 on his feet.
Turnover ball. This is a chance as Air gives it away to Nel Fourie, and it's all gone horribly wrong.
That's a crucial mistake there by the Lions. They had two men on the outside.
Blue ball.
Really with no defense from the Blue Bulls. Again, let's have a look at the drive charge as well. They lost the ball. It's a turnover. Quick ball by Eve. But I think he went on the wrong side there.
Break up.
Yes, his first touch of the ball, the scrum half, was to go the wrong way. And from that moment on, the movement was always likely to break down. Fourie du Preez with the feed. Front rows have gone down.
Crouch out. Engage.
Well, it wasn't square. The penalty
Under
is
heat, I want you to bind.
called to the Bulls.
None of this.
Referee Mr. Daniels quite clear there. He wants the props to bind.
Looked like that one went against the loose head prop of the Lions, J.D. Tureen.
See if we can have a scrum there. He's actually on the other side of the scrum and he's just happening in front of him. The Lions loose head prop failing to bind.
Cobus van der Walt with the feed. Fourie du Preez with the flat pass. Taken up by Francois Viljoen. Quick ball available. Cobus van der Walt involved again there. Viljoen. Great scything tackle made by the Lions there.
Play on. Now.
And eventually it's the Lions who win the ball.
White ball.
Well, good defending there by the Lions. They actually mauled the defender and make the point that the ball doesn't emerge. It's quick tap from the line out. Look at the attack. He's actually putting them across the advantage line. The ball is well secured there.
Air with the deep pass. That's not it. Well, it wasn't going into touch, but it's been knocked into touch by John Memetsa.
Well, it was one of those difficult balls, aerial balls for Rasta Memetsa. He's actually falling back. It's very, very difficult to catch a ball when you are falling back. And
clean ball for the Lions to work with. Air running a little bit laterally. And coming up at pace there was Cobus Trobbelaar. Willy Weppener making a couple of meters. Nel Fourie feeding Gideon Lafranci.
No advantage.
And another penalty for the Lions.
After the tackle, get away.
Well, the Lions are very, very strong on the attack. And disciplined by the Blue Bulls, not rolling away from the tackled area. Let's have a look at this actually straightening. It was Cobus Trobbelaar who were doing the straightening. Again, a little mistake in the middle which really spoiled the continuity. But they've got the advantage. The referee was playing advantage for an initial infringement in the tackle area.
Pretty close to the same spot as he had the first one, and this one has gone astray.
Well, he had no problem with the distance, he just pulled it wide.
So it remains 3-all. A husband-wife combination who are supporting different teams. Wonder how they've stayed together so long. Now, Lions building from deep. Here's Kakwali. Good tackle. But he's made it available quickly. Air. That's a good pass from Lafranci out to Melvin Smith.
Play on.
Quickly taken by the Bulls. And that ball is not in touch. It is now taken quickly by Kakwali. This is Lafranci. Kutsia holding it up, waiting for support. Air. Nice bounce. Bulls can attack from here. Ball carrier surrounded by white and red shirts. Farid Priya's got it. Phil Yun. Strong drive by Greg Freeman. And the Bulls keeping it tight. Dewey Swartboy. Done well to present it on the ground. Options either side. They go left. Strong run. Oh, beautifully done. Taken on at pace by Kelly Vandenberg. It's found the hands of Veer van Vliet. He sets up the next phase. 5 meters out. It looks as if it might have been turned over, but it will be a Bulls put in.
Well, if the Lions did not kill that ball and making the point that it doesn't emerge, it could have been a try. Well, they were going forward, and the referee has called the tackle ball. Is going to give the scrum to the attacking team. Look at the break here. Again, what a wonderful pop pass here. Kelly Vandenberg again, good pop pass. The defense of the Lions was very good here. That was there where they killed the ball. Let's have a look at the break here. Kelly Vandenberg, very good support by him. Good tackle by Nelfuri.
You might have seen that fly half Francois Fillion lost a boot at the end of that movement, and he's still putting it on. So, great attacking option this for the Bulls. Good scrum by the Lions. They've managed to disrupt.
Number 9.
Bulls are very close.
They're going to come. It's up.
It's held up, says Eugene Daniels. No need to go upstairs.
Well, Eugene Daniels was so confident that he did not, he just indicated that the ball was held up. Let's have a look at the slow-mo. It's a powerful drive. There's the best. We can't see from that angle, but I doubt if he's grounded the ball. Let's have a look here. Again.
He's a tackler, it's fine.
Back live. Lions have done well. They've driven it up 10 meters. The dive pass and a huge kick downfield. It's beautifully done.
Well, good piece of play there by the forwards. You really got to give the credit to the forwards. The ball, it was the Blue Bulls ball, it was good. Their scrum, they put the pressure and they forced a turnover, and Nelfuri, who was actually dropping back, could clear his line.
Kobus van der Walt found his front jumper, Mveer van Vliet. And the Bulls driving it up close to the breakdown areas. Offside advantage being played. Drop goal attempt from Phil Yun. It's not good, so they'll have the penalty.
Well, Phil Yun knows that the referee was playing advantage and they would get the benefit of a penalty. It's a good chance for them to slot another 3 points here. It drops back. They knew that the referee was playing advantage and they would still get a penalty.
So Gendre Farid comes up for his second attempt at goal. Also pretty close to where his first kick was. Oh, it's a lovely strike, but it's just gone past the right upright. So it remains 3 each. So Nelfree with the dropout. This is Cronier, makes it available to Freeman. Loose ball and another penalty against the Lions.
Well, a bit of an indiscipline there by the Lions. I'm sure that coach will be worried about the area. We've seen a number of penalties conceded by the Lions where they're playing the ball with their hands on the ruck. And you can't afford to concede such penalties. That's where the ruck has been formed, and they just, those silly hands.
So, tougher kick than the one he's just missed for Jean-Drey-Ferry. Certainly got the distance, but he's pulled it quite badly.
Well, again, unfortunate for Jean-Drey-Ferry. These are the kicks which really matter in the final. At the end of the day, it's going to boil back to the missed opportunities, and the Blue Bulls have missed 2 so far.
So Ferry goes deep again. This is Cronier, the captain, halfway line. Ferry de Priya. It's a big tackle from Lachranci. De Priya keeps it going by feeding his hooker, Cobus van der Walt. That's good play by Jean-Drey-Ferry, but he's lost it forward in the tackle. Turnover ball for the Lions here. Eyre has a look, see where his backs are. Oh, and Gideon Lachranci knocks it forward, so they'll come back for the original knock on by the Bulls.
Well, the Blue Bulls are guilty of trying to throw a 50-50 pass at the tackle. They've been actually coming on nicely. That should have gone to ground with that ball and tried to secure it, but he tried to pass it and he lost it in the process.
There's an injury. Couple of injuries, but one man being attended to is Cobus Krobelaar. He's Kimberley High School product and played 6 games for the Cheetahs before coming up here. Now, that's an important adjunct, isn't it, to have an umbrella that's keeping you in the shade there. That'll tell you exactly how hot it is out there. That they might look like they're on holiday, but they're waiting to come on.
Okay.
Pick up at the back by Francois Prinsleur.
Let it go.
Kakwali. That's a good kick. A lot of space down that right-hand side. And perfectly into touch from Shepo Kakwali.
Well, that was a long kick. The second kick by Shepo Kakwali to that position. And he has really gained so much ground for his team.
Number 6 blue.
The former Bishop's boys and SA u21 player.
6 blue. Stay bound. On your lock.
Cobus van der Walt. Clean take by Alton Hume, the captain. Ferry de Priya has to tidy up, and he's done well.
The 6 blue.
Well, the Lions are still onto the Blue Bulls half.
With number 6 blue.
It's a great opportunity, attacking opportunity for them.
Don't slide.
Willy Weppenaar.
Play on.
Loose ball should come into the hands of the Bulls, but it's a difficult one to control. Jacques Cronier. Ferry de Priya. And the kick downfield from Jean-Drey-Ferry is a good one.
Open up the gap.
Well, the foraging player has been doing a lot of clearance under pressure.
Get it in.
All sorts of movement before the ball came in, and then it wasn't straight.
What do you like?
Well, Willie Webenaar actually delaying, throwing in the ball.
Grenier with the pickup. It's a penalty for an early leaving of the scrum, I think.
Well, it's the second time that this is happening.
Number 7. You may not break up until he plays the ball. The scrum is not over. You have to stay bound. That's the second one. Next time.
Well, it's quite well loud and clear. You've got to stay in the scrum until the ball comes out. And the second time that Caleb Vandenberg has done that. Let's have a look at the scrum here. The ball is actually emerging. He's actually being adjudged as breaking in the scrum early.
Well, that's a back row move that a lot of our older viewers will recognize. Used to be able to do that, but they changed the laws a few years ago, and you have to stay bound. It's a good strike, and the crowd will tell you that's over. So the Lions are back in front.
Well, he's a wonderful kicker. Nerfuri, the former Cravenwick player. Block! Paper!
Chandra Furi. Probala takes.
Bye.
Nelfuri. It's not his best. Born in Amersfoort. I bet you don't want to be on that camera. That's a good take at the tail. The drive on from Janro van Niekerk. Loose head prop. But the Lions have turned it over.
You took it in. White ball.
Use it or lose it.
Well, it was Roland Barnard who was prominent there. We know of his ability to win 10 over ball.
Crouch and hold.
It's one of his strengths, and he has actually shown it in the World Cup under 21.
Stay back, blue.
Air.
Stay on your lock. Number 6.
This time it's Greg Freeman who's been called out, but at some stage Eugene Daniels might have to think about a card.
Well, it's ill-disciplined by the Blue Bulls loose forwards.
Furi's kick is an excellent one. It's taken play all the way up to the 22.
Ek het met jou aan die ander kant gepraat. Bly op jou lok. Leen lyk met die voorheen. Op jou lok. Leep die sit.
Don't forget, Bankfin Currie Cup Final coming up. That was the headline of the Star newspaper in Johannesburg yesterday. May the force be with you.
Right.
Good take at the tail by, well, it's driven on by Kubis Probala. They're within 3 meters now, the Lions. Quickly available, Air spins it wide. There were perhaps too many people in the queue. Still hasn't gone forward though. Kukwali got hit hard.
Last beat.
Air. Oh, and, knocked forward at pace there by Francois Prinsloo. And that's a great relieving kick. They can play all the way back to within 30 meters of the Lions line. Oh, could see his kick is charged down. just took too long to get rid of it. The pick-up is by John Mametsa. It's still available. It's going to be a try. And it has been scored by Donovan Sanders. The Bulls hit the front.
Well, the Lions initially on the attack. They found the Blue Bulls scoring on the other end. Rudy Coetzee really made a hash of it. So again, yeah, that's where I started. In fact, Rudy Coetzee very slow in clearing the ball there. John Mametsa did so well here. He kept the ball alive. Look at the pop pass onto Donovan Sanders, who just went for the line.
Well, Rudy Coetzee just took too long to get rid of the ball. It was as simple as that.
But the Lions must have been wondering what happened. They failed to control the puck. They were right on the attack. And really basic mistake which made them to pay.
Now that gives you a perfect view. He struck it well, just not sneaking in though. So 2 points between the sides, and that's what they're playing for, the Bankfin Under-21 Cup. So the restart from Nelfree.
Now it's fine.
Oh, it's turnover ball again, and Farid Priya wasn't too impressed by that, but Eugene Daniels says play on. Loose ball is tied up by Prinsloo, and it looks like a dangerous tackle has been called here.
Well, it was really not intentional. There was no malice. Let's have a look at the ball there where the tackle is made. But I think he thought that he got the ball. He just went for him.
Well, it's Dewey Swartboy and Nelfree. Hopefully he's okay. He just wasn't expecting the hit, and I think he's just had the wind knocked out of his sails. So it was interesting to see Dewey Swartboy was immediately had a word with Roland Bernard, who of course was on the same side of him in the World Cup final here.
Well, obviously they've developed a relationship during the World Cup, and I'm sure Dewey Swartboy did not intend to take him late, and just a misjudgment by there. Then Nelfree did not have the ball, but the ball seemed to go to him, and that's where Dewey Swartboy took him. Let's have a look again.
That was without the ball.
Decided.
He didn't even look at the ball.
Well, he's been given a yellow card for that, has Dewey Swartboy. I think that was after consultation between referee and touch judge. So Dewey Swartboy will have a 10-minute rest, and Nelfree has recovered sufficiently to kick at goal.
Well, I'm sure the Blue Bulls midfield will be affected by the temporary loss of a player of the caliber of Dewey Swartboy.
I think he's pulled it. Yeah, he's missed another one.
Well, it's quite interesting that the kickers are missing the kicks, especially in these good weather conditions. Nelfree, we know of his ability to strike the ball from anywhere in the field, and really that to his ability that is a sitter.
Jean-Andre Farid gets the game going again. Gershom Ramazan is the left wing for the Lions, but it's Farid who probes further downfield. Back from his namesake, but straight into touch.
Well, unfortunately by Jean-Andre Farid, just misjudging the kick. That's straight direct into touch. No doubt about that.
Willie Veppner to put the ball into the line. It's Werner Loftus who got the ball. Air feeding it out to Kobus Frobbelaar over the 22. Nice use of the ball there as Wepener received it from Turin.
Last speed.
Air, Kutsia. Barnard got himself into a little bit of trouble there, but got the pass away eventually. There's a lovely step from Melvin Smith. He's in touch. That was close to a classic.
Well, Melvin Smith just went around John Mehmetsa. He has hit himself in the process.
Look
at him, he goes around John Mehmetsa. He's actually outpaced him. But John Mehmetsa actually eventually made the tackle.
Well, before you get too excited, it's not a try. It's the call is a free kick to the Bulls for the wrong numbers in the line-out. But the tempers have flared a little between the boys.
Come on. Get back.
Well, his tempers, I hope that this does not filter to the main cup game.
Number 6, time out.
Players just getting to know each other there.
Don't do that. Stay out of it. I'll deal with it.
Now the game will restart with a free kick.
Time on. Number.
Chandre Ferry. Remember, it's a free kick, so the Bulls won't have the put-in.
Open up wide.
Well, it was the line-out. In fact, the ball has been... Well, the Lions player is actually annoyed that he has been quite a punch there. He's actually complaining to the touch judge. Nothing serious, really. Players pushing each other.
Now, John Mehmetsa in a little bit of trouble.
Stay back.
Frida Priya feeding the blind side. That's great play by Cronier. Oh, just spilled forward there by Soli Potita.
The scrum here.
It was a good attack on the blind side. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, but he has been hand off there. That's where the knock on the ball couldn't be controlled. There was a nice support on the Blue Bulls outside.
Lions injury. Looks like Kobus Frobbelaar.
Well, the Lions are slightly ahead of the Bulls at the second phase possession, which doesn't make much of a difference, really. Both teams have been evenly matched.
Time on.
Both forwards have been fairly competitive.
Way on.
Scrum not steady.
Clear on. Crouch, hold. Guys. Closer. Closer. Crouch and hold. Guys. Steady.
Air with the feed.
And the ball scrum up.
Free with the wraparound movement. That's cleverly done as Melvin Smith gets away to Kakwali. Kakwali's got a man with him. He's still going. In touch 5 meters out.
Well, that was a wonderful move by the Lions. But Seppo Kakwali coming at pace. Look at a switch there by Melvin Smith, but he decided not to pass the ball. That's why he was driven into touch.
Tail ball for the Bulls as they try to drive it out from their own line. That's a well-worked move. Frida Priya may kick himself here. Yes, he does. He's got good distance on it as well. Taken in quickly by Gershom Ramazan. Now here goes Rudy Kutsia, changing the angle. He's run into his own man, but it wasn't an obstruction. Back it comes again to Nel Fourie. Lechransi. Advantage being played to the Lions, and they will have a penalty.
No, you from the side, from the back. Hold it. Come here.
Well, John Memeta might have hit himself in the tackle.
You're going to get into trouble. You're spoiling an each and every breakdown. That's it. No more.
Well, the referee making it clear, no spoiling of the breakdown. And we've seen the players, the teams which have been under pressure will tend to spoil the ball of the tackle.
Who's the skipper?
Again, let's have a look. It's the tackle. The Blue Bulls player is out of it, is not on his feet. Should let it go.
Now Roland Bernard is back on his feet, so is John Mametsa.
Okay, no. This is not a catch-up. I've got it. I played it advantage. That's it. Time on.
We'll restart with a penalty to Nel Fourie. Lions are trailing by 8 points to 6, and we've got 8 minutes left in the first half.
Well, this is another opportunity for Nel Fourie. He has so far not a good kicking session. As we've seen there, he has missed 2 out of 4.
And he's now got 3 out of 5, and the Lions are back in front. So it's been a bit of a disappointing first half, if truth be told. Get the feeling that both sides are a little bit in awe of the big occasion. The restart should be taken in by Bernard, but Mametsa got there first. And it'll be a Bulls put in.
Well, good pressure applied there by John Mametsa on Roland Bernard, who failed to control the ball. Let's have a look at this. It's a deep kick. Roland Bernard, John Mametsa applying the pressure. And eventually the Lions knock the ball on. It's a scrum, and the Blue Bulls put in.
You're taking it down.
So, chance for the Bulls to go back in front.
Straight. You're taking it down.
JD Tureen has been fingered.
Well, he doesn't seem to agree with the referee there. See him shaking his head.
Square on.
Well, interestingly, the Bulls opting not to kick at goal. Oh, here's the collapse. So the Bulls not kicking at goal. They've set up the line out instead. Thomas van der Walt wants a ball.
Okay, time on.
It's Elton Hume. He's at the tail.
Let's go.
It looks like it's going to Hume.
Stay back.
Taken perfectly. Forwards have got it over. Well, they were within a metre. Second drive from Van der Walt. Farida Priya, he scores the try. Super try from the little scrum half.
Well, it's from the good line out. The ball was secured. Well, the Blue Bulls forwards did very well here. They were straightening the line. Look at Fourie Duprier attacking the channel next to the fringe. And he actually goes low. It's very, very difficult for the big tall man to stop him.
Second try for the Bulls, and they have regained the lead. Chandre Fourie. This one looks good, and it is.
Again, free to play, low body position, and just over the line.
Yes, Roland Bernard could do absolutely nothing about that. It's such a good body position, as you mentioned, Louis. Now, Dewey Swartboy is back on the field, and that's something we should remind you of. That try for the Bulls has come while they were down to 14 men. Nelfree. Kick over the top from Swartboy. Kakwali. Just inside Bulls territory. Nicholas Eyre finally finds some space for Gershom Ramazan, and the Bulls inside their own 22. That's not in touch. This is Jacques Coetzee. Good hands from Rudy Coetzee, but then he lost it in the tackle situation.
Knock on.
Well, Rudy Coetzee
Scrum down, blue
has
ball.
made crucial mistakes. Really very uncharacteristics of the youngster. Let's have a look again. Failing to control the ball. Just a question of knocking it on.
Captain.
Come on.
Here's the mark. Now come back. Yeah. Crouch and hold. Engage.
Well, the Blue Bulls have
Stay
taken
down,
up and
number
in the
6.
scrums.
Play on. Balls out.
Farid Priya. Jean-Andre Farid. Just 3 minutes left in the first half.
Up or blow.
Philly Veppener with the feed, and the take is by Francois Prinsloo.
Last feet. Leave it now, number 7.
Very, very slow ball coming out for Nicholas Eyre. Nelfree with the pop.
Right.
Roland Bernard made some yards. Oh, it's turned over. Thrown it away. One scrum after the other. Farid Priya gets his second and the third for the Bulls. Right on the stroke of half-time.
Well, that was a killer mistake by the Lions. Nicholas Eyre again, it's trying to get the ball into Tsepo Kakwali, and Farid Priya just read it so well, and no last line of defense. The Lions was flat out on attack and really no chance. Peter Maimane, the under 21 assistant coach, he is delighted.
Jean-Andre Farid gets the conversion, and now the Lions are in trouble.
Well, with a minute to go, the Lions will have to score a try before half-time.
Nelfree.
Play on.
Oh, it's turnover ball this time for the Lions. That's going to be a penalty. The Bulls came flying over the top.
Get back.
Scrum half getting caught at the bottom of a
If you lose,
ruck.
you're on the last feet. Yeah.
Well, the ball there, the Blue Bulls would have claimed that the ball was out, but the referee thought that the ball was still in, and hence he penalized them. Well, Melvine will go for posts. He has requested for posts, and realizing that they don't have much time, the siren has already rang, and they might as well try and decrease the deficit before half-time.
Yes, it hasn't been a great day with the boot for Melvine. He once, well, in 17 games for the Pumas, he scored 234 points. And he was a real points machine. But 3 out of 5, and the 2 that he's missed haven't been that tough. That's a lovely kick, though, and that will lift his teammates a little bit as we head towards half-time. There goes the siren, there goes the whistle, and at half-time it's the Bulls who lead the Lions by 22 points to 12. We've had 4 penalties from Melvine for the Lions, 3 tries for the Bulls. They are good for their lead at the moment, and we wait and see what the Lions can bring to the second half.
Support maketh the working man to sit.
The Bankfin Under-21 Cup, lovely trophy that they're playing for, and of course once that one is decided, then we go to the big one, the Bankfin Currie Cup Final, and I'm very pleased to see the number of people who've come in early to watch a bit of this Under-21 game, and they're in their seats good and early for the main game that kicks off at 3:30. Well, Lavuyo Matches just popped outside from our bunker here, and you were telling me it's rather warm out there.
Well, it must be more than 30 degrees. It's really, really hot out there, and it should really be taxing on the forwards who have to run towards the ball all the time. It's really, as you have said earlier, it's cricket conditions, not rugby conditions, but these days, in the professional era, rugby is played until summer, which is really should cause, you know, dehydration from the players.
So it'll be the Bulls to get the second half underway. This is Jean-Andre Ferry. Eugene Daniels just checking with his touch judges. And away we go. Ferry gets it high. John Mametsa has done some great work for the Bulls at restarts, and he was the one who got a hand on that one to push it back on his team's side. That's Dewey Swartboy. He spent 10 minutes in the sin bin in the first half for a dangerous tackle on Melvine. That was Francois Fillion with the step, taken on further by Cobus van der Walt. Bulls have started the second half much as they finished the first. But a penalty to the Lions.
He's on his feet. Take your hands
off. The ball has been controlled quite very well at the tackle. There's been much continuity in this game than the previous game.
Behind. From the side.
The Blue Bulls holding on to the ball there.
Melvine, he'll be disappointed with his first half, with only 3 out of 5 kicks at goal successful.
Well, the Blue Bulls very powerful in the loose. Let's have a look at the Lions player is on his feet trying to play the ball. They did not clean him, and he is rewarded for his hard work.
That's a good take against the throw. Advantage being played to the Bulls. Fillion with the long pass over the top. Eventually it comes out to Basil de Donker, and referee will bring them back.
Stay here.
Well, let's have a look at the. I think it was late, and it was a shoulder charge. Well, by Ramazan, the guilty party did not use his hands in the tackle, and it took him late.
And he has been given a yellow card for that very early in the second half. The Lions are down to 14 men.
Well,
on a 15.
Gershom Ramazan, deservedly so. Players should realize that they shouldn't get involved in those late shoulder charge, otherwise they're costing their teams dearly. Genre to cricket post.
Yes, the worst possible start to the second half for the Lions, especially if this goes over. It's a tough kick. He hasn't kicked terribly well today. He's hit that a long way up, but he's pulled it left.
Well, Genre has really had a 40% success, which is not good.
Nel Fourie taken in by Farida Priya. Bulls forwards proving to be a real handful.
Play on.
The charge down, but ball ending back in the hands of the Bulls. Taken on by Kobus van der Walt.
Get back.
Farida Priya out to Francois Viljoen. Viljoen goes himself back towards the forwards. Just about 30 metres out now, right in front of the posts. Kobus van der Walt. Good body position in that drive. Viljoen takes it wide. Good hands from Donovan Sanders, and eventually it's John Mametsa.
I've got it.
Advantage being played to the Bulls as Farida Priya works the blind side. He's had a great game. Bulls still going forward. They're within 10 metres now. Dewey Swartboy, he's within 3 metres. He's over the line. Has he got it down? I think we're going to go upstairs. Yes, we are. The tele-ref in this game is James Apollis, and he's going to make the decision.
James, can you hear me?
Well, such a strong player, Dewey Swartboy. See the way he stayed on his
Just
feet.
have a look if
and
they grounded
drive
the
through
ball
over the try
or
line.
not, and give me any reason why I should not award a try.
Oh, let's see what we've got.
Well, that's Dewey Swartboy staying on his feet. Tsepo Kogwali shielding off the tackle. There he's still going. We couldn't see that. Looks like he might have been held up.
This will tell you. Yes, I think the arms are under the ball. And although we can't see the ball there, I think the evidence would suggest that he's on his back with the ball in the air.
Oh, you can't really see whether the ball was grounded from that angle. Let's have a look at this one.
Yeah, you can see the ball between the two heads. And I think benefit of the doubt there has got to go to the defending side.
Yes, James?
But you can't really give that. That's my opinion.
Okay. Okay, guys. You're not sure about the grounding?
Held up.
Now, over here's the mark. Blue ball.
So, Dewey Swartboy got across the line, couldn't get the ball down.
Engage.
Still a good position for the Bulls. Farida Priya with the feed. Front rows have gone down.
Well, the Blue Bulls front row slipping,
Over here.
and they went down there.
Here's the mark. Closer. Wait. Crouch and hold. Engage. Steady, steady.
Pick up off the back by Jacques Crenier. Farida Priya with the pop-up pass. Just held up short of the line was Sully Potita. Farida Priya was looking for his hat-trick there.
Stay.
Still chances for the Bulls. Crenier has a go.
Stay back. Last feet.
They must surely score here. Jean-Andre Fourie.
Well, they could not. The Lions could not withstand the pressure. There is a well-deserved try there by Genre Fourie. Well, look at the ball. It's a quick ball through the hands. Tsepo Kokowali could not make the tackle. He was actually drifting to the right. And Jean the referee over the line.
Well, Roland Bernard has had a few choice words to say to his team, because at the moment you can't see a way that the Lions are going to win this under-21 Cup. What I liked about that movement there, Luvuyo, was that once the forwards had finished with the ball, they took it wide quickly. And I think you could criticise the Bulls senior side this season for not doing just that. Here's the conversion attempt, and he's got it.
Well, further to what you said, Andy, the formation of the back line, when the ball came out, they came at pace and they were attacking into the space, and really it was a very good wide movement to see.
So backs to the wall, the Lions. 4 tries scored against them, and a strong run then by Greg Freeman over the 10-metre line for the Bulls. Here's Cobus van der Walt. He's been one of the men of the match. Chances out wide here as it's taken by Basil de Donker. Running away from his support a little bit, but Greg Freeman did well. Looked like the Lions won it at the breakdown.
Plus forward blue, white scrum.
Well, again, the best 2 by Fully Dupré attacking the fringe. De Donker again staying on his feet. The good pop pass. Good cover defense by the Lions. And the Blue Bulls knocking the ball on.
Guys.
Lovely shot for you of the engine room at work.
Square on. Crouch and hold.
Nicholas Eyre, the scrum half for the Lions, looks a bit like Jacques Ferrou, doesn't he, with his socks rolled down, the great French scrum half of the 70s. It's a good drive from Francois Prinsloo. The next man in was a little slow in getting there for the Lions, and I think the Bulls might have snaffled it. Here they go. Farid Dupré can't get it out. It's a penalty to the Bulls.
Don't play it.
Well, it's again the tackler not rolling away from the tackle.
If you want to play the ball.
And referee Eugene Danielson is very, very strict on that. Remember, in the first half, the Blue Bulls have been penalized a number of times for the same offense, and now it's the Lions. Let's have a look there. Jacques Cronje did very well here. We forced a turnover, and the Lions tackle players did not roll away. Look at that clean out there. The ball did not emerge. For sure, the tackler was not rolling away.
So Jean-André Ferry to stretch the lead to 20 points. And no problem.
Well, the Blue Bulls stretching the lead on the 9th minute of the second half. It will really take an exceptional performance for the Lions to come back in this game. And Ronald Bernard has a difficult task ahead of him to motivate his team.
Play on.
Loose ball. The Lions come away with it through Lachranci. He's done well. There's a chance out wide here, but it hasn't gone to hand. Melvin Smith has to go backwards for the ball. Now he's looking for support. John Mametsa has him. And he's been all action today, John Mametsa. He's looked for work.
Well, John Mametsa is really fired up. He has been everywhere. He has been claiming ball in the lineouts, with the kickoffs rather. Have a look at him, the way he lines, actually closing the space. Melvin doesn't know what to do, and then he just drives him into touch. He doesn't, and he wins the lineout for his team.
Yeah, nothing that Melvin Smith could do there. He got himself isolated. So half an hour left in the game, and I wonder what the Lions can possibly do from here. They're 20 points down and struggling to get go-forward ball. But they've got plenty of support.
Number 1 and number 9.
I can tell you that the tickets for this game, or for this day, I should say, since there's 3 games, were sold out in just 48 hours.
And number 9.
A couple of replacements coming on for the Lions. Number 17 is Lion van Rensburg, and number 21 is Warren de Bruin.
Okay, time on.
His nickname is Flecky because he's got good feet, apparently. Good take by Van Vielen. Penalties on the Bulls.
Move under him. That's dangerous.
Lion van Rensburg, a grey college boy. Just like Roland Bernard. Jean-Andre Ferry with an exemplary kick.
Well, Jean-Andre Ferry has had a very good game.
Come on.
He has scored a try for his team, and he has not have really a bad
there's
kicking. He has missed a number of kicks, but overall he has a good game.
Stay.
Just short of the 22.
No hands wide.
Ferry de Prier. Running onto it was Viljoen. Right in front of the post now. Viljoen's dropping back, but it's a dummy move. And the Lions win the ball at the breakdown. Nel Ferry putting it through the hands, and it's gone forward from Seppo Kakwale.
Up on.
Well, nothing is going right for the Lions. They're trying things, they just cannot get them right. It was have a look at the ball. It was a very good turnover here. The Lions winning the ball and trying to actually swing it wide very quickly. Seppo Kakwale, the ball was slightly forward. Very difficult for Seppo to catch it.
Guys. Stay down. Yeah, you stay down.
Now the Lions man who was sent to the sin bin, Gershom Ramazan, looks like he's served his time, waiting to come back on.
Engage. That's it.
Another penalty to the Bulls.
You're going up.
Well, Van Rensburg again feeling the pressure, and he's actually popping.
Okay.
Let's have a look. He's a tight head prop. He's not supposed to pop. But the referee, he is judging him as, it's very strange to me. Tight heads do not pop. But the referee has judged him of having pop.
So Jean-Andre Ferry, this to stretch it to a 23-point margin, and this one has gone left. Well, if he'd kicked all of his goals today, Jean-Andre Ferry, I think this game would be all over.
Wait, kick that one off. Okay.
Nel Ferry. Taken in by Jacques Crenier.
No hands wide.
Quick ball available. Solly Potita, the tight head prop for the Bulls, has made a few good runs.
Tackle.
Well, the Blue Bulls are very lucky there. They seem to have lost the ball. And just before as it was damaging to the Lions, they called for a tackle ball and give the benefit of doubt to the attacking team.
Keep it straight. Crouch and hold. Engage. That's it.
Ferry de Prier dropped off that scrum, and when Jacques Crenier couldn't play it cleanly, it was trouble.
Well, Jacques Crenier, it was difficult for Jacques Crenier because his scrum was going backwards, and the time he was actually breaking and trying to pick up the ball, the pressure was all over him, and he was forced to knock on the ball. Let's have a look at it. The scrum is actually going backwards. It's difficult for the eighth man to pick up the ball in that situation.
Open up, blue. Hold it.
Handling errors, 7 to the Lions, 4 to the Bulls.
Stay.
It's a good take for the Lions by Werner Loftus.
No hands, blue.
Acting scrum half was Lachransi.
Off him, tackler.
Is Nel Faree, a little bit flat-footed when he got the ball. Looks like Lachransi has taken over from Air at scrum half.
Round the neck. Keep it down. On in. Down.
So penalty in a kickable position, but is it too late for kicks? 25 minutes to go.
Well, I think they will elect to tap and go.
Come on, come on.
They need to score tries. Well, again, let's have a look at if you can see. I think that's there. Doesn't look dangerous, but it's high.
They've decided to run it. Probola.
Play on.
Lachransi. Lachransi's still going. Tremendous play. 6 metres out the Lions now. Bulls coming through to spoil. Advantage being played for that spoiling. And another penalty to the Lions.
But it has been a live wire, this Lachransi. He has been putting the Blue Bulls defence in all sorts of trouble. He stays well on his feet. He protects the ball.
Another quick take. Kakwali.
No hands, blue.
Faree. Prinsloo. Good tackle from Callie Vandenberg. Just a couple of metres short now, the Lions. Another advantage being played to them.
Last feet, last feet.
Lachransi wants it. He's got it. Kakwali. Try.
Now, straight down. Go straight down.
Well, eventually it came a try by Tsepo Kakwali. A persistent attack. Look at him. He step on the inside, beating Jean Fourie. Good try over the line. It was a big step by Tsepo Kakwali, who just saw that the Blue Bulls defense was drifting to the right, and very good creativity by the youngster.
So Nel Faree with the conversion attempt. He's got it. 7 points for the Lions. I wouldn't say they're back in it, but 32-19. At least they're making a fist of things. Couple more replacements coming on, this time for the Bulls. Let's have a look at this try one more time, however, and you'll notice that Kakwali loses the ball as he gets over the line, but you also heard Eugene Daniels say it went straight down, and you are well within your rights to do that as long as you then ground the ball, which he did.
Well, the position was good by Eugene Daniels to make the judgment, and the ball looked knocked, but it didn't go forward. It just went straight.
So the restart. Can the Lions fight their way back into this game? Probola did well. Lachransi. Faree. That's a huge kick downfield from Nel Faree. Now the Bulls have brought on a couple of forward replacements. Kalafo Tlelane is playing number 17. There he is, and he's come on to play at the loose head position, and Louis Holzhausen is number 18, and he's in the lock position.
Are you here or there?
Cobus van der Walt. Good ball.
Now play on.
Taken on by Cronier. He's a
That's a more.
real consistent player, Jacques Cronier. Farida Priya. Villian. Swart boy with the miss pass, but it's gone awry. Now, can Rudy Kutsia do something from here for the Lions?
Stay.
Bulls a little bit slow getting back into their defensive line. Faree sends it down. Oh, it's a shocking pass from Lachransi, and it went forward.
That's forward.
Players haven't heard. They have now.
Number 6, blue. 6 blue.
It's Greg Freeman who's being called out.
Where's number 6 blue? Hold it. 6 blue. Greg.
Found him at last.
No more talking. You're in the midfield, you were offside. I've told you in the first half for spoiling. That's it.
Well, he seems absolutely astonished by that decision.
Well, the referee mentioning that he's been doing that for the second time. He's setting well for repeated infringement, which is negative play.
So now the Lions have 15 against 14. Can they come back while they have the numerical advantage? So we're yet to get a tight finish to this game. You have to feel a little bit sorry for Greg Freeman. He looks absolutely stunned.
This is the middle. Come across now. Stay there.
Billy Veppener. Oh, that's good work, good spoiling work by the Bulls, but it's just been nudged forward.
White ball.
Well, it was a good contest there by the Blue Bulls at that line-out. Unfortunately, they couldn't control it.
Closer. Crouch and hold. Now. Crouch and hold. Okay. Now. Stand up. Up. Both of you closer. Crouch and hold. Guys.
Prinsloo to Lachransi. This is Kutsia. He's had a quiet game, really. Passing it on to Grobbelaar. There's a chance now for the Lions. A lovely straight run by Werner Loftus. Lachransi with the pop-up to Bernard. Bernard with the pass out wide. Oh, great run from Warren de Bruin, who got it within 2 meters. The Bulls might have stolen it at the death. And Farida Priya has found touch. Oh, that's brilliant work from Farida Priya.
Well, that was a vital turnover there by the Blue Bulls, Jacques Renier. Look at the attack here, Roland Barnard. Again, he's actually a bit isolated, and Jacques Renier all over him, and he just ripped the ball. See, the ball is emerged.
Hold it, Gabby.
He had to clear it very quickly. Didn't even want it to pass with the fly up, but he cleared it himself. Good comeback by the Blue Bulls.
Now, the man who got very close there, Warren de Bruin, he actually came on as a replacement for Nicholas Eyre, the scrum half. And what's happened is that de Bruin has gone into the centre. And we'll have a look at that run just now.
Well, again, Ronald Barnard, de Bruin coming under strongly, a bit isolating himself. 3 forwards, Blue Bulls forwards all over him. He had to let the ball go, which he did.
So de Bruin has come in to play centre. There's that marvellous clearance kick from Farida Priya. And Gideon Lachransi, who